Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. Phyrexia All Will Be One is right around the corner, being released on February 7th. Thanks to Wizards, we have the early access event. All of your favorite content creators having access to loaded accounts with gems and golds, a complete collection to showcase all of the newest cards for you. So in today's video, not only do we get to showcase the new cards, but we're also competing against all of the other greatest content creators out and about, which is, a fantastic opportunity. Super grateful to be here. With this being said, we have a undefeated control deck, Esper Superfriends. Black, blue, and white, planeswalker oriented. Wow. I built an Esper Superfriends deck once long ago. You can go looking for it in best of one. And we were doing like 20 game win streaks with this build. And I'm going to be honest, this feels very similar. So I'm super excited to showcase the deck to you. We're going to break down the strategies and the synergies. Then we'll demonstrate this within the gameplay footage against literally the best players in the world with all of the new cards being showcased. And of course, we'll wrap up with our final thoughts and deck review. Thank you all so much for watching again. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and become a YouTube member to go above and beyond. Let's take a look at the newest deck. Here we are, Esper Superfriends, a 60 card standard build with a 3.5 average mana value. That is a hefty 2 creatures and 33 non-creatures being supported by 25 land. Wow, first and foremost, there are 9 planeswalkers in the build, which doesn't seem like a lot until you see how spread out they are. Keep in mind that actually goes to 11 because Urza is in here as a creature, but is played as a planeswalker, as we all know. Let's talk about, the big question on the table is Ichor Moon Gauntlet. So not only are we a planeswalker build, but we will be proliferating loyalty counters on all of our planeswalkers as much as we can, and then taking double turns and then doing more of that, right? So the more planeswalkers you can get into play, the more effective this will work, right? Because if they all have proliferate, you can plus them all together with each one of them, right? So instead of, you get +1, you get +1, you get +1, you get +1, it's like you all get +1, you all get +1, you all get +1, right? And that stacks up really, really nicely, right? So that's why we have a wide spread of planeswalkers, because we want to get, 4 or 5 of them in play at a time, ideally. And so, that 0 ability to proliferate, and then we get the -12 to take an extra turn after this one. Don't mind if I do, Hugh. And this becomes very easy to accomplish if you have multiple planeswalkers and, dare I say, taking multiple turns in a row. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose a counter on target permanent. Put an additional counter on that kind, on that permanent. This is, again, phenomenal because we have a non-creature based deck. We can accumulate +1 counters on our planeswalkers, which is really nice, right? So that's kind of like the main card that we're looking to get out and utilize if we can gain control. Obviously, as a control build, first and foremost, we need to survive, which means controlling the field state before we, go above and beyond. And that's going to be utilized through a bunch of removal. We should maybe start there. For 1 mana, cut down, instant speed, destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Drown in Ichor for 2 mana, sorcery speed, target creature gets -4/-4 until the end of turn. Proliferate. The minus effect works in conjunction with cut down, as it is reducing its total strength and toughness by 8, which is phenomenal. So, keep that in mind, that those two can work together. Shoulder its etiquette, instant speed for 2, choose 1. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Each opponent sacrifices a creature token. Each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. So really nice targeted removal. Targeted non-target removal, because you get to target where it's going based on which mode you pick, but then at the same time you're not targeting that permanent. Moving on, Legion to Ashes for 3 mana, sorcery speed, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. We got a lot of tokens kicking around, a lot of mites, and this is just gonna nip those all in the butt. We have some field wipes here. Depopulate for 4 mana, sorcery speed. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card, and then destroy all creatures. And then finally, Farewell for 6 mana, sorcery speed. Choose one or more. Exile all artifacts, exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, exile all graveyards, everything but planeswalkers, which is, perfect for the deck. So, that's kind of all the straight up removal we have. The Might Stone kind of acting as removal as well. 5 mana, legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, choose one, either drawing 2 cards or target creature gets -5/-5 until the end of turn. And then after that, the Might Stone will tap for 2 on creature abilities, on other artifact spells, which is great, right? And then, it's going to be used to meld our Urza, which is quite nice. So there are some other forms of quasi-removal, like the Might Stone, that, the versatility can be both, kind of defensive or, offensive to gain more value, I guess you could put it, right? So, it's not all just pure removal, which is nice. It's, it's good to be able to do both. A good example of this is the Wandering Emperor. 4 mana, 3 starting loyalty with flash. When it enters play, activate loyalty abilities at instant speed. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains first strike. -1, create a 2/2 samurai token with vigilance. And then -2, this is the removal part. Exile, tapped target creature, you gain 2 life, right? So, it acts as that removal, but it can still generate some value as well, which is nice. We have Kaya, Intangible Slayer, for 7 manas. It's a 6 loyalty hexproof planeswalker, +2. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. 0, you draw 2 cards, each opponent may scry 1. And then -3, exile target creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 spirit with flying, in addition to its other types. Beautiful. We have Varaska for 6 with a completed, so you can potentially pay 5 and 2 life. If you do this, it will enter with 2 less loyalty. It would organically enter with 6. 0 ability, you draw a card and lose 1 life, then proliferate. Oh yeah, drawing and proliferating, sign us up. -2, now this is the removal. Target creature becomes a treasure artifact with sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color, and loses all other card types and abilities. So, you can dunk on your opponent's creatures with this, which is really nice. A great way also to get rid of something with indestructible, grab it. And then -9, if target player has fewer than 9 poison counters, they get a number of poison counters equal to the difference, which is just like basically lethal. Because you're going to get those 10 poison counters as we have some proliferate in the deck. And, you get 9, proliferate once, you win the game. It's that easy. Okay, so more removal through the Eternal Wanderer for 6 mana, 5 starting loyalty. No more than 1 creature can attack the Wanderer each combat, +1. Exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So, this is kind of removal. Base interruption, let's consider it tempo. 0, create a 2/2 samurai with double strike. That's pretty decent, right? And then -4, now this is the removal aspect to the planeswalker. For each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control, not chosen this way. That's going to, really help you clean up the field. Okali, Dokali. And then I guess, we may as well talk about Urza after you've melded Urza. So first you get the Lord Protector in play. Let me rephrase this. First you get the Might Stone in play. And then once you have enough mana, you play Urza and immediately meld it. Because you don't want to leave this in play for your opponent to have opportunity to remove it, okay? So as a 2/4 for 3 artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We can pay 7 if you both own and control Urza and the Might Stone, exile them, and meld them into this planeswalker, right? Okay, so 7, loyalty. You may activate the loyalty abilities of Urza twice each turn rather than only once. A woof, right? That's crazy. +2, LOL. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. You gain 2 life. +1, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. 0, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, and then -3, exile target non-land permanent. And then finally, -10, artifact and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until the end of turn, and then destroy all non-land permanents. The fact that you can use 2 of these abilities each turn, I think is literally ridiculous. And if you get the Ichor Moon in play, you can double proliferate on Urza. Yes, and that's pushing all your planeswalkers up. You know, it's ridiculous. So we also have Liliana, kind of in that same genre of removal and additional value later on. For 3 mana, 3 loyalty, +1, each player discards a card. -2, each target player sacrifices a creature. And then -6, separate all permanents target player owns into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. So again, really nice removal here, as well as acting as a planeswalker for us. All of these walkers trigger the Gauntlet. All of the other removal triggers the Gauntlet, which stacks counters everywhere. It's ridiculous, right? So really a lot of fun here. We have some other goodies in the build, though. It's not just that. Teferi, something we never talked about. For 5 mana, 4 starting loyalty, whenever you draw a card, put loyalty counter on Teferi, which makes it very easy to just ult out with the extra turns if you want, because, you know, now you're proliferating, now you're also drawing cards, and Teferi just like 0, draw a card, -2, create a 2/2 with Vigilance, and whenever you draw a card, it's going to get a +1/+1 counter, just like Teferi. And then -12, target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to their owner's hand, and they shuffle each non-land permanent into their library, which is fantastic, right? So I guess actually this does act as a little bit of control, but the -12, you're probably taking an extra turn and hitting for lethal. But at the end of the day, you know, whatever, it's a control feature. It's just not... You know, it's not as good. It's not like Kaya. It's not like the Wanderer. It's not like Vraska. It's not like Lily, the Wanderer, where it's immediate. You know, you're going to have to build up to that -12. So, it's not quite the same. And then Teferi, generating value for us. 4 mana, 4 starting loyalty, +1. Choose up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. Untap the chosen permanents you control. Tap the chosen permanents you don't control. You gain 2 life. -2, look at the top 3. Put 1 of those cards into your hand, bottom of your library, and then -7, you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step. You draw a card whenever your opponent draws. So you get this emblem off. Oh my god. Yeah, GG's. It's ridiculous. And then aside from that, we have the Experimental Augury for 2, instant speed. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, the rest in the bottom of your library in any order, and proliferate, which is really, really good for us. We talked about the Drown and Ichor having the proliferate as well a little bit earlier on. And then the Celestis, I believe, is the last card here for 3 mana. If it's neither night nor day, when it enters, it becomes day and starts the cycle. We can tap it to add a mana of any color, helping us ramp. Teferi can untap this, helping us ramp even further. And whenever day or night switch, you get to gain 1 life, draw a card, and then discard a card. And you can force the switch of day and night by paying 3 and tapping it, which is pretty cool, right? Of course, doing that without casting a spell during your turn as well, and then double casting if you want to do it manually. Anyways, that is the deck, and you know, it's doing absolute work. We've got all the lands you'd want in here. You know, it's a rare land factory, RIP wildcards. You know, the Mire, the City, the Empire here for utilities, and just staying as consistent with our mana base as we can. And it's actually pretty easy with the Celestis as well if we get that out. So that's the Esper Superfriends deck. I absolutely love it. Been having a good time with it, and we're actually undefeated, dare I say. But with that being said, you know, there's always room for improvement. Let's all pay attention to the gameplay and see where we can improve, okay? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel to help support myself as creator. You can also become a YouTube member. And yeah, let's play some Magic. Alrighty, going first. We're going to keep 7 here. We don't mind the hand. Start nice and slow. We're going to be slow on 2 as well. Unless we get a land off the top. Nope. The experimentals are not the worst either. Hopefully this can survive. They can destroy my goodie. Hmm. Thinking. Let's just clean up. I'm sure they dunk on the Celestas here, yeah. Looking for our 5th land. That's pretty good. I wonder if there's more haste.
A fight? And you think you can win? Off you go.
Hey, thank you for the support, Undertoker. Great name. It's pretty cool. I want my land to play now. Let's sack the Spider Derm. Lily was gonna die anyway, so it's a nice way to remove it. They're getting closer to the Rex though, and that's extremely problematic. Let's just draw 2. Loving that land. Not a lot of good answers, but, you know, we've got some. Might is active. Don't Rex me, daddy. Sexy Rexy. 2 for 1. It's okay. Evolving Adaptive. I like the Gauntlet, but it's used to fairy.
Don't worry. I face scarier villains.
Let's take the draw. Pretty risky biscuits.
Eternal question. Win the quick way or the fun way?
4 mana. I'm gonna try it. enough to double activate. You can do it, Fairy. You can do it, bro. You can do it, bro. Oh? Now this is a strange bank. They sack it to kill Teferi? What is happening? I'm nervous. Whew. I don't know. It's not an attack, at least. Let's tap, 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 tap.
Give me a moment.
What, do I not have enough? Oh. Yes, activate that ability first. For some reason, I thought I activated the meld through the Might Stone for a second. Okay.
Humor a battle. The data might be useful.
This will proliferate us, which I like. There's no way green is dealing with my planeswalkers. Submit 2. Let's make some blockers.
Each device has
Let's
a
do some
role
drawing.
in my plan. At any cost.
Okay. So far, so good. Let's dump the Etiquette. It's a really good card. I don't like to dump it, but Might Stone's really nice too. Tail swipe. Nice. With 2 poison counters only. To 3, I guess. Take a draw. Ooh, hello. Tower in play. Make some tokens.
Each device has a
Draw a card.
What
Get rid of the
secrets
tower.
have we unearthed?
And tapping the land.
And some think time only flows in one direction.
And passing turn. Might tokens incoming. 2 of them! I like it. It's pretty cool. We could have made it 2-2, but I accidentally skipped past the appropriate phase. We wouldn't have been able to declare it as a blocker if we did make it, so we just take the exile. Let's clean it up.
Multiverse is at stake.
Minus with the fairy.
Down. The future looks bright for one of us.
Make the soldiers.
Perfectly obedient.
Draw the card.
Soldiers should be. Everything falls into place.
Ooh, we should have made the Teferi's token first. Oops. My bad.
It's nice to see a familiar face.
I messed up. I don't think it matters too much at this point, but we'll play it out. I'd like to get this Kaya in play. Hey, that's a good card.
Stand by when evil threatens the multiverse.
Dunking on the Defiler. James is a good sport for continuing to play this match.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
I've got eyes everywhere.
Everything falls into place.
We got the gauntlet, chat. James, let me play the gauntlet, baby. Come on. This is good stuff. Take an extra turn. Don't mind if I do, Hugh. Don't mind if I do. Woo! Oh, that was fantastic. Good game, James. Thank you for letting me finish. I appreciate it. All right. Our opponent's going first. Let's keep 7. It's not a great hand. It's not terrible. It's a little bit better. Definitely doable. I don't like to see aggro decks though. Is it aggro? Oh no. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a thing on it, tap it. You know what? Just no thanks. No thanks. I love these lands. Those are like pretty cool. 3 of them. 3 of these guys. I don't want to lose my Lily. Can I get a cut down? In etiquette. I'm just worried that they also have like the Haughty Djinn in deck and stuff, right? The discovery process is cool. I like not knowing what is coming next. Like, you know, it's so much different than a cemented meta where it's like, oh, you know, they played a Plains or an Azorius land. It's, you just know what they're playing. On turn 5, oh, I guess this isn't turn 5 play though, because it's in tapped. Never mind. We'll get there. We'll get there. We will top deck an untapped land off the top.
I'm home. May your blade strike true.
Very nice. I was going to try to block. The filigree, you settle down over there. We're already down to 10.
Years of training.
They have protection? No way. Wild.
I am the leader of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people.
It's wild.
You're done.
You're wild. Okay, maybe they have lands and they kind of like stutter and we can take advantage and excel. Goodbye, Wanderer. We'll miss
See
you.
later.
Ledger Shredder. Can I get a field wipe off the top?
Those who get in my way tend to regret it. Ah, one of your friends has to leave.
All right, so we dodge their connive, and then they, you know, have less of a chance to find the answer by doing it on their upkeep. Lily should be able to survive. Nope. Cancel that order.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
Sucks that Teferi's not already in play.
You want to be a great time mage? Put in the hours.
We have no cards in hand.
I've got some time tinkering to do.
We need to get very lucky. Proliferate me if you wouldn't mind. Not your Silex. Silex? Silex? Slicks. No! I must survive.
That didn't go according to plan.
That's not funny. You think that's funny? Oh, we would have been off to the freaking races. So close, chat. We were so close. Oh. I guess the other side of that equation was that we lost to Fairy immediately, but potentially dealt with our Bloodthirsty. We need something good. That's not good, because now they have 5. Shoot. Maybe we bounce this. Oh no, your 4th scamp in your top 20. Interesting. Down to 10. Where are you, Teferi? You're supposed to be in the game! Hey, this would be really good with Blast Zone. This gauntlet would be phenomenal with Blast Zone. The gauntlet plus Blast Zone equals Super Poggies. Yes. Yes. Alright, we need some big draws. That's not it. That's it. We need that draw. Are you kidding me? You've lost your mind. Too many lands on the dance floor. Too many lands. Too many lands on the dance floor. Spread out the lands. I'm gonna bounce it this turn so they replay it. And then when they replay it, they tap their mana. And by doing so, you're open to removal. I guess we didn't need the mana. I should have destroyed it first so they didn't get the connive. My bad, chat. That's my bad. Toss an impulse? Holy. Yeah, see, that's why it's my bad. Whoops. I mean, they would have drawn it anyways, I guess. It's not like they tossed a land. They tossed an impulse. Right? Might stone off the top. What's up with all these lands? 10 lands here. Don't you dare. Oh, this is so good. Ledger Shredders plus Proliferate. Very nice. I like it. You know, I'm clapping. Slow clap. Slow clap. Oh my gosh, we're dead in 2. Good game. I couldn't cast a second one or it would have proliferated, right?
Do as I command. A necessary cost.
That wasn't meant to be a premature good game. I honestly thought we lost.
Made can be unmade.
Just shock me, dude. You deserve the win. You deserve the win. Just blast my face off. I didn't mean to premature good game. And now we get life gain. Oh my lord. Force it. Give me the blockers.
My army never tires. Victory at any cost.
Oh my lord. I thought we were dead. I thought we were dead. Wow, they have no creatures.
Even losses can be learned from.
This has wicked life gain on it.
Get in, deal some damage, get out. Sounds easy enough.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean the premature good game. I'm so sorry. I thought you beat me. Ah! My bad. My bad. Woof. All right. So lots of planeswalkers. Lots of other planeswalkers. Like there's the 2 Katos that we have potentially for more draw. I don't know. I feel like we've got a good blend on it right now. It's hard to run so many planeswalkers because we need removal, which is where it is really nice to run these planeswalkers that kind of have a removal aspect built into them, and then we're not punishing ourselves as much. And you know, I'd love to hear what you all have to say about the deck and how we can improve it, right? So let me know in the comments below. As always, we do have a couple cards we were looking at. Negate, you know, just to protect if anything is going to deal with your planeswalkers, like burn down the house, you know, it's going to deal a bunch of damage, Brotherhood's End, you know, there's some spells that can still mass deal with planeswalkers, and it would be cool to not allow that. Vanish into Eternity, you know, this is Legion to Ashes, kind of, but at instant speed, unless we're dealing with creatures, and we have lots of other creature removal, so, you know, that's that. Staff of Completion, I wanted this in the deck so bad, but where do you find it? I can't fit it in here. And, you know, Teferi can activate this, the Proliferate, double Proliferate with the staff, and Teferi's on tap of the artifact. Jace has the nice draw. Soaring has the crazy ultimate, and, you know, the Soaring is just really good. I think I'd love to see this in the deck as well. Blast Zone with the Gauntlet we kind of discovered during our gameplay. That would be phenomenal for a control deck. And then maybe sneaking Gardens in, and the Gardens can actually emulate the Gauntlet as well to help you out with those super counters, if you will. So, you know, that's kind of what I have to say. Again, looking forward to hear what you all have to say in those comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, YouTube member, blah, 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 blah. I hope you've been enjoying Phyrexia. All will be one. Cheers, have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.